he was harassing her, he ends up getting fatally shot in Baltimore, where they're both from. And then recently on a live, Chrisean was like, I told him when he was to me that he was going to die, and he ended up dying. So that
I deserve to have that proven to me through what? A DNA test. If Junior is not my son, the DNA test will prove that.
Get in here because this whole situation just flipped into something wild. Chrisean really thought she was moving low-key when she hopped on Zeus and pushed that fake paternity test like it was the truth. People in the streets been whispering that she didn't just create that test out of thin air. She allegedly teamed up with Zeus and locked in a whole deal for it, getting a serious bag just to sell that storyline to the world. That's why she was acting so jumpy every time someone brought it up. And let me tell you, things got even more dramatic when her late ex-boyfriend Ronnie started confronting her before his passing and demanded the real paternity test. He wasn't playing at all, but she kept dodging it, shutting him down every time he asked, acting like the whole situation was above her pay grade. Ronnie was ready to take the legal route too, and folks around them say he was literally filling out paperwork to drag her into court. No hesitation whatsoever. But here's the part nobody expected. Right when he started pushing harder, everything around her started getting even more suspicious, like she knew something was about to crack open. This whole storyline been messy from the jump, and Chrisean was scrambling behind the scenes trying to keep everything from blowing up in her face. He suddenly passed away, just like that. And people can't stop talking because the timing is way too convenient. What made everything even more shocking is how Chrisean got online acting bold, bragging like she successfully got rid of him, which had the whole internet looking at her sideways. The drama around the situation is unreal. Meanwhile, Blue has been out here shouting to anybody who will listen that JR is not his son. He's been yelling this from the rooftops for months, but nobody wanted to hear him. Then he hopped online and said, to answer your questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. He made it clear it's strictly business now, saying he tried to make things work, but it wasn't giving, and he wasn't about to keep pretending. And he didn't stop there. Before Rock even announced she was expecting with someone else, he already said, that child is not mine. Then he dropped another bomb on the timeline, saying Rock had been with 10 different men in the last year, and until there's a proven DNA test, he's not claiming anything. The way he delivered that message had the whole internet gasping. But the part that really sent social media spinning was when he called out the judge on his child support case, basically telling them to pay attention to what's actually going on out here. Blue sounded fed up, like he's tired of being dragged into drama he doesn't even believe he's part of. And people were watching every post like a live show. He went online talking reckless, saying he told her straight up he didn't want the situation to go that far and she still had time to make a different choice. He claimed she was pushing everything onto him and even said, you better make the price right, like he felt she was trying to trap him. The internet was stunned because the way he said it sounded cold, but he clearly wanted everyone to know he wasn't here for any hidden agendas. Then the story got even messier. Blue allegedly broke into Chrisean's place when she wasn't home, and things got physical with her close friend. People were shocked because that turned the whole situation from drama to straight chaos. After that, he grabbed Junior and took him to the hospital to try and get another DNA test behind her back, like he was on a mission to prove something once and for all. But here's the twist. They already had a DNA test done on Zeus while she was still expecting, but Blue swore that test was completely fake. He said he never trusted it from the jump. And it didn't help that he later sat down for an interview and spilled even more tea, saying the only reason he played along with that Zeus test in the first place was because the network paid both him and Chrisean $100,000 each just to act out their reactions on camera.
Like, kind of confusing.
Oh my God.
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus. What does that mean?
What?
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Oh, that mean you're the father. Babe, that's mean you're the father.
Is not excluded.
You the father, nigga.
Oh, that's what that means?
You a weird ass nigga. What? You
Are you
wanted
sure?
to. You don't want it to be it. You're
I'm saying,
so
you sure?
weird.
You didn't even read the paper.
You call me dumb, but you the slow one.
It says the alleged father is not. Why they write it like this though? They could have just been like more player.
Yeah, but they. Are you confident? Because you still don't understand.
I think I get it. Not excluded.
You're not excluded, meaning you the father.
Hearing him confess that had everyone like, wait, so y'all were paid to fake this whole thing? The whole storyline just kept getting wilder, and every new detail felt like another plot twist dropping right in front of the public.
I got paid to do that first little issue, so if y'all not paying me, if somebody want to give me $100,000.
According to Blue, that fresh DNA test he snuck off to do came back saying Junior wasn't his at all. He jumped straight online with the update, blasting out, "Tell me why I snuck and swapped this baby DNA. Test results came in. I am not the father," shaking my head. He said it felt bittersweet because he had finally started warming up to the idea, but at the same time, he kept saying, "It's definitely in my best interest," and he even thanked Jesus right there in the post. He didn't hold back either. He said he couldn't pretend he wasn't happy about the result, and the internet exploded right after. And just when everybody thought this whole storyline couldn't get any more twisted, here comes Chrisean's late ex-boyfriend Ronnie stepping into the picture with his own claims before his passing.
The girl right here, Junior right here,
you chill
weird
out?
as a...
Why
You
did
weird as...
me at the
You
moment?
weird as shit.
What's wrong?
You weird as shit. Nobody
Here's the
stalking
deal.
you. That's my fucking son. I need you out the... Nigga. But I don't give a fuck you talking about, okay? I need you out the mall, nigga. I need you out the mall. I need you out the mall. Okay? I need you out the mall. Okay? I need you out the mall.
People who knew him said he was speaking up loud, insisting something wasn't adding up with the situation, and he wasn't afraid to say it. Ronnie had his own story to tell and was ready to put everything out there, and that's when the entire situation took a turn that nobody saw coming. The tension around his side of things was already building, and folks started digging into old posts, old messages, everything, trying to figure out what he knew before everything went left. The timeline turned into a full investigation overnight because Ronnie wasn't saying anything casually. He sounded like a man who felt played and wanted the truth out there no matter what. Even Blueface's mama Carissa jumped into the drama, calling out Chrisean for refusing to give Ronnie the paternity test he kept asking for.
I just say just give him what he asked for so she could get rid of him. That's what I would do. I would give him that test that day and the results too. Now, be gone.
She was heated too, saying if Ronnie wasn't the father like Chrisean claimed, then why not hand over the test he wanted and shut everything down? Carissa was online sounding confused and annoyed, like, just give that man the test he's asking for, and people were agreeing because the whole thing was starting to look way too suspicious. For the folks wondering why Ronnie didn't speak up sooner, it's because he actually believed that Zeus test Chrisean brought out. He trusted that show version like it was real, thinking everything was settled already. But once things stopped lining up, he started pushing for answers, and that's when all the tension kicked off between him and Chrisean in the first place.
Like I just said, I was under the impression that the paternity test that was performed on Zeus, I was under the impression that it was authentic. However, it came to my understanding that it was not authentic. It was not.
When did you find out?
Then out of nowhere, just a few months after all this back and forth, Ronnie mysteriously passed away, and the internet went into full shock. People started pointing fingers immediately, and the name they kept circling back to was Chrisean. Social media detectives were on overdrive because the timing felt too eerie for a lot of folks watching from the outside. According to the police report, Ronnie was found on the ground in front of a home after being fatally shot, and that sent the entire situation into a whole different level of chaos. The streets couldn't stop talking because the way everything lined up had people whispering non-stop, wondering what really happened behind the scenes. His passing was officially ruled a homicide, and authorities even stated it looked like a targeted act. That detail alone had the whole internet shaken. His uncle and his mama went straight to Facebook and started hinting that Ronnie may have been harmed because of people connected to Chrisean, saying it didn't feel random at all. The family was hurting, and their posts showed every bit of that pain. His uncle wrote, "This feels like a nightmare. I've been up crying all night. I'm not supposed to bury your nephew. You're supposed to bury me." You could feel the heartbreak through every word. Then his mama shared her own message, and it hit even harder emotionally because she laid her heart wide open. She said, "Quran, before Elijah was born, you were the closest I had to a son. I haven't felt like this since I lost my father. I watch you grow up and been there every step of the way. It hurts so bad that your life was taken, but I know you're at peace now. I'm praying for justice so we all can have closure. I love you and will truly miss you." People online were stunned because the family didn't sound confused. They sounded like they believed something deeper was going on and they wanted answers immediately. The way they spoke about him showed how loved he was, how involved they were in his life, and how devastated they felt after everything that happened. And with the homicide ruling being so direct, folks started raising even more questions, wondering who would want Ronnie gone and why the whole situation felt like something out of a crime series. Every new detail made the story heavier, and the internet kept picking it apart piece by piece, trying to understand what really went down. "R.I.P. Chrisean, y'all really unlie my son," is what his mama posted online, and that message had the whole internet freezing for a second because you could feel every ounce of her pain.
Hi, this is Alex. How can I help you?
Hi, Alex. I'm actually calling to check the status of a case number, actually to authenticate it, a DNA non-invasive prenatal paternity test case number.
No, that may not be the case file ID that's associated with the case. Is it a new case?
No, this is a case from 2023. Are you basically saying that this is a real case number, but not the actual mother and father?
Yeah, it's not matching any of the names that you're giving me.
Was the blood sample taken on 5/4/2023?
No, completely different year, actually.
All right.
After Ronnie passed, the pressure on Chrisean to prove Jr. was really Blue's child turned into a full storm. People were calling her out left and right, demanding she show real proof instead of hiding behind excuses. So Chrisean tried to quiet everybody by posting this paternity test she claimed she got done back in 2023, hoping it would shut everything down. But the second she dropped it, folks weren't buying it at all. The comments were wild because everybody remembered that the exact same test had already been exposed as fake. It didn't matter how much she tried to spin it, people already knew the truth behind that paper. And yes, you read that right. Chrisean had been out here flexing a fake paternity test, like it was legit. The story blew up even more when Steve Wilkos himself stepped in and exposed the whole thing. He called the hospital she said she used, and the staff told him straight up that the case number on her little document didn't exist in their system at all. That moment right there had social media screaming because it confirmed everything people were already suspicious about. Once that came out, the internet turned into a circus. Folks were reposting receipts, comparing the papers, digging into old clips, everything. It started looking like Chrisean had been dragging this storyline out way longer than people realized, and every new detail just made the whole situation look more chaotic than before. Things got even messier when Chrisean went online and dropped some comments that the internet twisted into her exposing herself as Ronnie's unlie. People started claiming she basically admitted to getting someone to handle Ronnie. But to be clear, that's how the internet interpreted her words, not something that's been proven by any official source at all. Still, the way she said it had folks tuned in like it was a live drama series because the timing and tone had everyone side-eyeing the situation.
Oh, don't wish evil on him. Nobody wishing evil on him. I'm saying what's going to happen to you after you try to hurt me. Play with me. Disrespect me. Try to embarrass me. Ruin my witness to God. You can't do none of that. Y'all can't do that. What the hell? Y'all can't do that without getting a consequence, bro. I don't care. That's the observation. Every time somebody really played with me, always get hurt, bro. And I never hurt them. Straight up. So I'm giving a warning. Just like how that nigga... See, look, I ain't even finna go there. People like that, they deserve to be in a grave or in jail.
And then the conversation swung right back to that Zeus paternity test. Folks had been doubting the legitimacy of that test from day one, saying something about it felt staged. But when Blue came out and revealed that he and Chrisean were paid a whole $100,000 each just to act out their reactions, that set the internet on fire. Hearing him say they were basically performing for the cameras made people rethink everything they'd seen on that show. Once that detail dropped, viewers started rewatching clips, pointing out every moment that felt dramatic or exaggerated. It had everybody asking whether the entire storyline was just entertainment for Zeus instead of anything real. Nobody expected the reaction to drop like that. It wasn't in anybody's bingo card at all. When you mix that moment with Steve Wilkos calling out the test and publicly questioning the paperwork, the whole situation got 10 times louder online. At this point, folks don't even know how Chrisean plans to explain her way out of everything because the internet is acting like the walls are closing in on her from every angle. People online were throwing out their own theories left and right. One person posted, "Chrisean fooling y'all, but not me. I went on Google. That girl done got the fake DNA test off Google." They went even further, writing, "I told y'all, Ronnie the daddy. She just wanted to be Blueface so bad so she can stay famous. Why you think she wanted to put Blueface in jail so bad?" Comments like that had the whole internet debating, even though none of it is proven, just folks talking loud on social media. Then another person jumped in with a completely different angle, dropping their own take. Blueface could easily get a DNA test if you wanted to see if it really his or not, but he chose not to because he wants Chrisean in his life and want to play pretend with Junior. He wants to keep this circus going. That comment made the crowd go wild because it painted a totally different picture. Like Blue wasn't avoiding the truth, he was choosing the chaos on purpose. It had people arguing in the replies, some saying he's protecting himself, some saying he likes the attention, and some saying the whole thing is just one giant show that everyone keeps feeding into. Every single comment opened up a brand new layer to the mess, and the timeline stayed flooded with screenshots, opinions, and people thinking they cracked the whole mystery. But listen, I need to hear what you think about all this, because this whole situation is getting wilder by the day. Do you think Chrisean really exposed herself by putting out that fake test, or do you feel like the internet's just dragging the story out for chaos? And what about Blue saying Zeus slid them a whole 100 grand each just to act out their reactions? Do you believe him, or does that sound like another twist in this endless show? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I need to know how you're reading this mess. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. And hit that comment section so we can keep the conversation going. I'll see you in the next one.